What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to what is probably going to be the last Boxster with an internal combustion engine. And that is because the next generation Boxster and Cayman are all but confirmed to be electric. So what I'm doing today, driving a new variant of a Boxster or Cayman with a petrol engine, is going to be a thing in the past in a couple of years from now. Now, before we get all nostalgic about the proper Boxsters and Caymans going away, if you don't need an explanation as to what this color actually is, then you, my friend, are a proper Porsche fanatic. Now, just for some bit of history, this color right here is called Ruby Star Neo, which is a reinterpreted version of the original Ruby Star that used to be called Ruby Stone Red in the famous 964-911 Carrera RS. Are you following me? So this is a nod to that color. It's not exactly the same. You can have it in the 2023 Boxsters, Caymans, and in the 911, if I'm not mistaken. It is an absolutely gorgeous color, if I do say so myself, and it goes very well with those white wheels. Now, speaking of those white wheels and the whole design package, let me give you a quick walk around of this car before we get to drive it. So this is the 718 Boxster Style Edition. And right off the bat, you should know that this is exactly what the name suggests. So it's just a styling exercise. It doesn't really add anything to the performance of this car. The first thing that might stick out, if you know your Porsches, are these wheels. These are the GT4/Spider style wheels. You have 265 rubber at the back and 245s at the front. They're absolutely gorgeous. My favorite Porsche wheels by far. Sorry, correction. 235s at the front. 20-inch alloys, and just look at what you're gonna get if you ever spec white wheels on your car. Look at this. This car literally came out of a car wash 5 minutes ago. You see, the windows are still drying out, they're wet. So yeah, this paint job with the white wheels goes very well, but I would not suggest it. Also, these stripes that you see here on the bonnet, on the front, and the Porsche lettering, these are all included in the package. You can have them in white or black, if I'm not mistaken. The xenon headlights are also standard on the Style Edition, and you also get the black tailpipes from the sports exhaust. On the inside, you get this really cool leather package with the contrast stitching in chalk. That's how Porsche calls white ivory colors. You have the heated steering wheel and these adaptive plus sport seats, 2 ways adjustable. And of course you have these illuminated seals over here, which are quite nice at night. Yeah, overall a very good interior in my opinion. No wonder this hasn't been changed in 10 years, because it's still very, very nice looking, very practical and very usable. So this is the 718 Boxster Style Edition. It is a pretty good deal if you ask me, especially considering the standard equipment it has to offer. Now let's get to driving this car. So the 718 Boxster Style Edition, it is based on the base Boxster, which again, as with every model in Porsche's lineup, the base is still the one to have. Of course, that means it has the 2-liter 4-cylinder Boxster engine sitting right behind me in the middle of the car, of course. That engine can produce 300 horsepower and 380 Newton meters of torque. As standard, this car comes with a manual transmission, which I highly suggest you keep. But this test drive model that I'm driving today is equipped with the 7-speed dual clutch PDK transmission from Porsche, which is amazing, but I would just have the manual. And equipped with the Sport Chrono package, this whole engine and gearbox combination can power this car from north to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.7 seconds. I've been chatting to some of my car friends in the last couple of weeks, the weeks where I've been driving the new M2, my M240i, the new manual Supra, the Golf R 20-year anniversary edition, and every single time I drove those cars and then jumped back in the Boxster, I kept messaging them and telling them, I know this car only has 300 horsepower and it's the base variant of the Boxster, but it just makes the other cars feel like toys. It handles so damn well. I don't know how Porsche do it. You could blindfold me and get me into a Boxster, Cayman or 911, and I'll just turn the wheel a couple of times to the left and the right, and I will immediately know I'm driving a Porsche. It's absolutely super impressive, and because of the confidence it gives you to throw it around, like I said earlier, I think this car on a back road like this one, especially a bumpy one, it's gonna destroy the other cars, no matter how many more horsepower they have. Not only that, but for the last 10 years, this car, even though it's in its second generation, it's got the same width, the same length, the same height, the same wheelbase, the same interior. The list goes on and on. It's even got roughly the same weight as the 981 that was introduced 10 years ago. It's only gained about 50 kilograms, which, considering the amount of filters that Porsche had to add to fulfill these idiotic exhaust regulations, it is quite impressive. So from 2013 onwards, Porsche didn't add anything that was not necessary to this car and only perfected the way it drives. Even the roof is still a soft top and it can go up or down in just 9 seconds. And as you can see, you can do it from your key fob, and you can even do it while driving up to 60 kilometers per hour. It only takes you a few hundred meters to get used to what this car can do, and then you're just, okay, I'll switch to Sport Plus, transmission to manual, let's do this. The traction control light never turns on. That system is so non-intrusive, and I've been driving this car pretty hard for the last couple of days, even in the rain, and I've never once seen it light up. And like I said, everything about this car just gives you confidence. And probably the greatest compliment you can pay this Boxster is the fact that despite it not having any roof, it doesn't feel different to a Cayman. It doesn't feel less rigid. It's probably the one I'd have if I were searching for a two-seater Porsche, because you got everything the Cayman has to offer, but also this roof-down experience. And yeah, maybe you'd like a 6-cylinder in a car like this. You can hear it scream when you reach the red line, which this 4-cylinder unit can't really do. But I don't know, I'm more impressed with the way this car handles rather than the way it sounds. So how to sum up this car? Well, to be honest, it's not that different compared to the base car. Yeah, you get a couple of really nice options on it, but they're not gonna improve the driving experience. It's just looks alone. And I think it's worth buying this car just for the GT4 Spider style wheels. Those I think really make the car look very good. So yeah, the last hurrah of the normal, regular, if you can call it that, Boxster / Cayman. Is it worth 70,000+? Damn sure, especially in Sweden where they really don't lose a lot of value, Porsches. And on that sad note is where I'm gonna end today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you're subscribed for plenty more videos to come.